they contribute to the whole country for flexible voluntary contribution, and it comes in kind of resources to different countries. Tanzania happens to be one of them, and we are so happy that we have come to Tanzania to see what kind of work we are doing for people.
That the region of Arusha, now we are doing very good on the safari tourism. And due to the government intention leading by our beloved president, now we are going to have a very big facility for conference.
Kwa majina naitwa Maria Shinini. Mimi ni mwanachama wa kikundi cha Namelo Kanashe. Kikundi chetu kina wanachama 23. Kwa bahati mbaya wiki iliyopita tukampoteza mmoja, kwa hiyo tumebaki 22. Ufugaji wa nyuki tumeona manufaa makubwa. Tumeweza kusomesha watoto, tumeweza kununua ng'ombe wa maziwa, na sasa hivi tuko kwenye harakati ya kujenga nyumba za kudumu. Na mafanikio mengine, tumefanikiwa kuongeza wanachama wengine wafugaji wa nyuki vikundi 6. Kupitia mradi wa FF tumejengewa jengo ambalo mnaliona, na hilo jengo lina mashine za kuchakatia mazao ya nyuki. Na pia tumepata mafunzo mengi. Sisi sasa hivi tunaweza kutengeneza product zingine ambazo zinatokana na mazao ya nyuki. Na pia tunashiriki kwenye warsha, tunashiriki kwenye maonyesho, na tunashiriki kila mafunzo. Kwa hiyo mimi kupitia fursa hiyo, mimi ni mwenyekiti wa mama wote kata nzima. Ni mwenyekiti wao. Kwa hiyo nimeona ni fursa pia kufuga nyuki. Na pia kupitia ufugaji wa nyuki na uchakataji wa mazao ya nyuki, nilipata fursa ya kushiriki mkutano wa kimataifa, nilienda Italy. Kwa hiyo nikaona fursa, nikaja na mbinu mpya tena ya ufugaji wa nyuki.
Kwa hiyo tutatoka sasa, tutaenda ziara, tutaangalia miti, tutaulizana maswali, baadaye tutarudi. Wanafunzi wetu mkipenda waulizeni maswali, watawapa majibu kwamba tunawatunzaje mazingira na faida ya miti ni nini, tutaulizana pale. Asante sana. Kwa hiyo karibuni wote, twende sasa ziara, tutembee mazingira yetu, tuone kama mnavyoona mbele tayari. Kama mtazunguka hivi hapa, mnaona tumeshaweka ndizi, matunda, tutatembea. Asanteni sana, karibuni.
hapa tulipotoa DP hii, lakini bado wananchi hawa wakangali watumia maji wako kwenye taratibu za namna gani tufanye kwamba wapate eneo huru. Na sisi kama serikali hili tulilichukua na bado tunalifanyia kazi, lakini zaidi sana kutokana na nguvu ndogo kwamba tulihitaji kwamba DP hii ingetegemea kwamba kuwa na sim tank yake ambayo inayosafirisha maji baada ya eneo lile la kuweka DP kupatikana.
Kikundi ilipata mazingira magumu kwa sababu ya uhaba wa maji iliyopo katika kijiji chetu.
It was difficult because they had no water, because they don't have a reliable source of water in this village.
Na hiyo ilipelekea hata migomba yetu ilifika mahali pa kudondoka kwa sababu ya kukosa maji.
So in that case some of the vegetables and the bananas were really struggling.
Lakini ilipofika muda wa mwaka 2022 mwishoni,
so on 2022 at the end,
tulitembelewa na mviwa Arusha.
So Arusha and FAO visited the group.
Ya tukaweza kupata mradi wa FAO ambaye iliweza kufadhili kikundi cha Eden.
So they got a DBG fund.
Kwa mradi huo ambao uliingia moja kwa moja, mradi wa DBG uliingia kwenye akaunti ya kikundi, ambaye ikapelekea kikundi kuweza kufanikiwa kupata kisima cha maji yenye urefu wa mita 163, na pia tukaweza kupata kwa kupitia hiyo DBG tukaweza kupata kitalu ya miti ambayo iko hapa, ambaye baadaye ilipelekea kikundi kugawa miti kwa wananchi ili kuweza kupambana na mabadiliko ya tabia nchi.
So after application of DBG they got money, and that money was used to dig this borehole. It's 160 meters down, and that fund was also used to start the nursery behind you and other activities going around here.
My name is Cristina Bende. I am the Swiss permanent representative to the United Nations in Rome. So also responsible for representing the Swiss interests at FAO in Rome.
Good afternoon, I'm Lieven Delamarge. I'm the permanent representative. I'm an ambassador for Belgium in Rome, representing Belgium at the UN agencies in Rome. What did we see during those 2 days of field visit? I think we saw some very good examples of projects that are supported by FAO, working with the government and working with a number of partners, of people that are trying to improve their livelihoods, that are trying to improve agricultural practices. We saw a school where youngsters are learned from the start to have more sustainable agricultural systems, to produce their own vegetables and things like that. And here we saw a good organization that is helping a number of other organizations in trying to improve their agriculture. So I think these were very good examples of what we try to finance with FAO to help people in the Arusha region here to have more sustainable agriculture, more practices that can help improve their livelihoods and improve their income.
Of course, we didn't see the country. We saw very little pockets of projects in a very, I would say, rich country in terms of farming. But what I saw convinced me that these projects work and they are achieving their goal, which is farming more sustainably, more with the awareness of the climate change. So integrating all these new elements, sometimes even better than we see at home in Europe.
I think it's, as I said, there are good examples. The thing is now to use these examples to scale it up, to encourage other organizations and other groups of people and farmers to do the same. And for that, you will probably need more support, but FAO is here. There are a number of other organizations here. I saw that there were 2 Belgian NGOs here working also with the organization. So there are people here on the ground that can continue to support. We will do our best at our levels, but that is a bit of a level working with FAO, working with our government to continue to support Tanzania, to support the Arusha region. Yeah. Thank you.
I am Mats Åberg, coming from the SIDA headquarters in Stockholm. SIDA is the Swedish Development Cooperation Agency, having bilateral programs in Tanzania, but I'm mainly working with various kind of global cooperation. In this circumstance, we are following the FAO global program on agriculture, food security, etc.
Yeah, so first of all, you said it in your question. We saw women who came into farming very recently, for example, the honey producers, who before did not have an occupation. And already after very few years, they're already successful. So to me, it just proves like whenever I see women in the farming business, it can only work if women take the business on. From the perspective of youth, I would say that everybody seems very young and very motivated. But probably it's an intergenerational factor that makes all these people succeed. So that's my observation after 2 days of visits.
It has been very interesting, but also you raise questions, and that gives even further questions to raise to really understand the good stuff that is happening. But I think what we have seen is good implementation. But of course then what's also important is to be able to have sustainability and also having activities reaching not only the project sites but reaching the Tanzanian countryside at large. And of course that cannot be done through FAO and through external funding. That needs to be done through other means. But of course good inspiration should be able to be taken from projects like this one. I think what we have seen, there are good convinced people and they are doing good work, but it would take, I would have loved staying a longer time to really understand what's happening. But I think good stuff is happening.
I come from a country that is not self-sufficient in food. We are only 50% self-sufficient. And I see that here, Tanzania is not only self-sufficient, but it's also starting to export and be a food basket for the region in East Africa. And I think this is something to be very proud of. I think I'm convinced that FAO can support you. And, you know, we give unearmarked money for this project. So hopefully they will choose you, of course. Yes, thank you.
My name is Ingvild Steihag. I work in the Ministry of Agriculture and Food in Norway.
Hello, my name is Kristin Dypedok and I'm from the Norwegian Development Agency, NORAD, based in Oslo, Norway.
My name is Ingrid Dana and I work in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Norway and I'm stationed in the embassy in Rome. I'll just say two words that for Norway, food security is on the top of our development agenda, and we work very closely with FAO, WFP, and IFAD. Coming to Tanzania.
Yes, of course, being based in Oslo, we are far away from the projects that we are supporting. So it's very valuable for us to come here to Tanzania. We have been in Arusha district and Karati district, and we have met women who are doing great business on honey production. And we have seen women's groups doing microfinance to support their social needs and businesses. Basically, we have met very successful people and we have appreciated very much this visit in Tanzania.
I think what we have seen is that through more holistic approaches where you see the forestry and farming and value creation in the value chain together, a lot can be accomplished. And just to say from the Norwegian side, we have also these challenges with climate change and water, not scarcity, but too much water. And so we have challenges also in Norway, and that we have seen demonstrated here as well. So that has been very interesting.
Kwa jina mimi naitwa Nyabenyi Tito Tipo, ni mwakilishi wa shirika la chakula na kilimo la Umoja wa Taifa. Leo nimefurahi sana kwa hii kazi tulifanya kwa pamoja na kushirikiana na Mvua Arusha. Kwanza wale walikuja visit, walitupatia pesa, tukafanya kazi mzuri sana kusaidia small scale farmers. Na hii ni evidence kwamba tulifanya kazi pamoja. Sasa hii nimefurahisha sana na mimi nashukuru Mvua Arusha. Nashukuru wale wadau na natamani kila kitu itaenda vizuri. Tanzania ni food self-sufficient. It has overdone the surplus that they have is more than what they need, so they can actually sell to the neighbors and beyond the borders. Tanzania is doing very well, and for the future they can do better to make sure that they become the food basket of the region and the food basket of the entire world.